Just how much do we trust public statements made by government departments released to the public? It is with deep regret we must announce that a member of the UK Armed Forces died in Ukraine this morning. It was published in a tweet on X on Tuesday. He was injured in a tragic accident whilst observing Ukraine forces test a new defensive capability away from the front lines. Concluded the message, the tweet.
Okay.
The tweet is always sounds very childish, you know. But to release a statement to the public via a tweet,
Yeah,
of the death,
yeah,
very, yeah,
yeah,
it's very,
yeah, it's dry. Yeah, it's very, yeah. I'm smiling, but I know what you're saying. Yeah,
the BBC, that stalwart of truth telling, which is making headlines for itself recently for all the wrong reasons, said it was not from hostile fire, so it must be true.
oh dear.
The Telegraph said it was the first British military personnel to die in Ukraine, officially, of course. There have been 40 Brits killed in Ukraine previously. And Starmer, of course, came out with the well-worn words, "Their service will not be forgotten." Also tweeted on X. Could it have been a Freudian slip when he used the word "their" rather than his? The fatality was identified as Lance Corporal George Hooley of the Parachute Regiment. So the paratroopers have been in active service in Ukraine. Paratroopers.
Yeah.
Rarely one goes on his own.
Mm.
And this was admitted by the Ministry of Defence. Last year, the UK admitted that a small number of personnel were in Ukraine serving in a support role, like doctors and instructors and things. Is this why the UK can't allow the US close a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine because they already have boots on the ground? Putin has warned that foreign troops are legitimate targets during the conflict. If even a pocket of British troops were to be killed in Ukraine, that would put the British Prime Minister in a very awkward position. Because the UK would be saying, well, we don't have any troops on the ground in Ukraine. But if you get 4 or 5 or 6 killed in the same place, that would prove otherwise. Now, the reason why I say this is because we've got the same idiots in Germany, especially Germany, but also in France and the UK, saying that Russia is ready to attack Europe, when really, in this case, the UK has already got the paratroopers in Ukraine. So it makes you think, who exactly is attacking who first?
Well,
There you are.
well, I've never doubted that there's probably a British presence, official presence in Ukraine. Never doubted that.
Since last year.
Yeah. And okay, training, observing. Yeah, these are guys who can still pick up a weapon at any point and use it if required for defense reasons. Yeah, it depends what their rules of engagement are. I think it's called. Yeah, I mean, okay, it could be military or it's military people listening. It'll correct my vernacular on this. Okay, so be it. I mean, yeah, I have read Andy McNair, so I know the truth. Yeah, it is a well, it's a sad fact. Yeah, there probably is. There's probably, like you say, the paras are there. They're not a soft group. Marines if they're there, although they're probably unlikely to be. Probably special forces of sorts, SAS or SBS, well, SAS, possibly SBS, for we know others. Yeah. It's again, it depends on what capacity. Yes, I mean there is, to all intents and purposes, a war going on in the region, and anyone that's in a war zone is a potential target, casualty, call it what you will.
Of course.
That's the nature of war. That's the nature of being in a war zone. Journalists get caught up in it. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when the bullets start flying, journalists manage to put themselves get the golden shot, as it were, and end up getting the golden shot. It is a. I'm thinking about it. I mean, like I say, I see things. Sometimes, yes. What do I believe? What don't I believe? I don't believe anything at all until it's been denied. It's normally my good indication that there must be some truth in something. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously this is an official government thing. The guy was there on a training mission or training, what do they call it, engagement or something. And again, it's possible. They say away from the front in an accident. Again, it could happen. Yeah. If you're doing live ammo training, if I mean a defense system, I wouldn't imagine he was under much danger unless he managed to fall off something or get himself electrocuted or something else. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think if it was quite a simple accident like that, that the Ministry of Defence would say. The thing is that how the bloke died,
Mm.
they aren't saying. They're saying it was an accident, but they aren't saying how.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's not specific, and again, they're not going to tell you what he was actually working on because they don't want um, anyone knowing, but i.e. the enemy knowing what exactly he may have been working on. Yeah, I mean, for all we know, it's some sort of it could be a new missile that's being tested. Yeah.
Only then that case, it's if it's a new missile that's been tested, then the English or the British are helping Ukraine fight against the Russians
Well, so be it. But I mean,
actively.
but you wouldn't necessarily say if it was a defensive thing or if they were deployed in training troops exactly what it is. I kind of understand having a very nondescript thing. We still feel very sorry for this guy, for his family, and etc. etc. He died whilst in engagement, serving his country and serving peace around the world. Whatever you might think or not think of the on engagement, um, it's a tragic event. Um, there can be other reasons why it wouldn't be released. There could be other people's lives at risk. Like you said, um, he is probably not alone. He's got some of his colleagues with him. Or yeah, and those men and women possibly could be in danger if it's known what they're doing and where they are. Um,
Help lady paratroopers.
well, I believe you can get ancillary staff as well. Yes. I don't think front line, but I'm saying, yeah, I believe now. I mean, certainly, when I've been talking to people, there's been lady soldiers, as the term was used, in deployment as well. It depends what their role is as well, but they are still going to be equally at risk. So, yeah, that's the point I'm making. Yeah, there is a deployment of personnel in the area. What were they working on? Was it a defense system, a radar system, a missile system, vehicles? Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. And yeah, I mean, the important thing is they've acknowledged that there's someone that has died there, be it in a very cold tweet, which I hate this. I'm not actually on X myself because I hate the whole concept of it. Yeah, and okay, if people want to be, that's up to them. It serves me no business league. Well, we were for a time. All I've said is we were for a time. I tried it. for us. It's still active, but I know, well, it's still there, but it's not active. I don't constantly put on it, but that's the side thing. Um, but yeah, it's a tragic accident. Sorry for his family. The guy went there. He followed orders. He, no, say followed orders.
Followed orders. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he doesn't get a say where he goes traveling. You're deployed on the C-130 or whatever you're deployed on, and that's it. Depending how many you've gone, or you've flown in on the wherever flown in from, and you get on with your job, and you do a professional job. Something
My
went
point,
wrong.
my point wasn't necessarily that you go where you're sent.
Yeah,
My point was that the governments are saying that Russia is on the edge of invading Europe
and we're already
when
there. Yeah,
Europe is already trying to invade Russia.
yeah. Well, it's not an invasion. It's a support. Well, yeah, okay. It's a proxy war. It's a
Yep.
proxy war being fought, and there are British assets there, and assets are anything from weapons through down to personnel.
Personnel.
And unfortunately, yeah, I mean, it depends on what you consider active. If I'm training somebody how to use a weapon that kills the enemy, does that make me a legitimate target? I imagine if it was the other way around, it was a Russian helping a Belarusian.
I don't think any weapons are made not to kill your enemy. So
Well, remember the old yes minister thing. We could put a label on the butt, this may damage your health. Yeah, but yeah, it is a it doesn't surprise me. I hope there's not too many before the resolution of this latest issue is done.
if
And
they're not careful, like I said, if a pocket of them gets hit, it's difficult to hide.
well, 99 red balloons.